Since I got back in to the office, I was a telecommuter for almost 12 years, and I was in management for about a dozen years prior to that. And then I took a little break from the office life and from management, and now I'm back. And I've learned that, a lot has changed, and the type of people, the type of generations. You got your Gen X's and your Gen Y's and your Gen I don't knows and your baby boomers and your boomers and your babies. Although the way you deal with people and the way they've kind of removed the empowerment, they've switched the empowerment. They put a lot more empowerment in the workers. They removed management's ability to do a lot. Even though that's the case, the problems, the challenges, the motivational areas of improvement, managing people, most of the things are the same. Same as they were 20, 30 years ago. Now, there are different distractions. 20, 30 years ago, you didn't find people distracted by texting or instant messaging or by that thing called the internet that you're seeing me on right now. But there was other things. There's other distractions. There's other things that get in the way of somebody doing their job well. And what still remains is your challenge as a manager, as a supervisor, as a molder of young minds, shaper of people, as a mentor, perhaps. The challenge still remains for you to put the best person in the job, find the strengths of that person, and make sure you utilize them correctly, to give them all the tools that they need to succeed. And if you've done your job right, the bottom line is, if you've done your job correctly as a manager, no matter what generation you're working in or you're working with, the rest should be up to them. The personal accountability for them to succeed or fail is then on them. And that has never changed. And no matter how they slice it, no matter how they give you the ability to do your job as a manager, that is the same. That if you're motivating your people properly, giving them the tools, letting them know where they stand daily, communicating, and making sure that they're in the right position for the job, utilizing their strengths, working on their weaknesses. If it's delivered to them, communicated to them properly, which is your job, my job, then they should know what's expected of them, what they need to do to succeed, and also know the repercussions if they do not succeed. So, to me, that hasn't changed. That's always stayed the same. Sometimes the mode of delivering that is going to change. Sometimes, or oftentimes now, the caliber of person will always be changing. And the generations, what motivates people is always changing. And that makes it interesting. That's your job, my job as a manager, as a motivator of people, as a leader, to learn how to manage people differently. If you just do a sports analogy, and people either love or hate sports analogies, but the reason sports analogies are effective is because they're pretty accurate. You take a Joe Torre, a guy who's 70 years old, 69, 70 years old, and he's been a baseball manager for 30 years. He has to know how to motivate people. The way you motivated his ball players 30 years ago is a little different than how he motivates them today. The ball players have changed. The game has changed a little. But what hasn't changed is his obligation, the manager's obligation to the team to do what it takes to put them in the position to succeed or fail. We don't want anyone to fail, but we also want them to know that they'll be judged either way, and that it's the manager's responsibility, accountability, to make sure that that's delivered, and then that it's the recipient of that communication to understand that it's then their accountability to succeed. I like to call it the ping pong match. I take the ping pong ball, put it in your court here. Now it's on your lap, and they say, well, but what about this? They knock the ball back to me, and I say, thanks. Let me analyze these. Here's the answer to that. Accountability ball is back in your court. So one thing I've learned since I've been back is that as much as things change, they remain the same, but the challenge is always there, and I'm glad I went back. Think about it, huh? Peace.